My tears are flowing.
Okay.
Okay, so welcome everybody. We're going to try and help you out the best we can. Here's what we plan on doing. We're going to have some time for Q&A. I know you have some questions, but we got to go through the basics first. Some of you guys are asking questions that you don't even need to be asking right now. So it's a quick answer. But let's get through what we really need to get through. First of all, we're going to make sure you know how to take care of your own orders. Okay, your personal orders. You are your own customer, right? So we're going to make sure that you can adjust and find your orders and all that good stuff. And that is the same exact thing you need to be able to do for your customers, your actual customers as well. So it's a very important skill. So we're going to go through that. And then we're going to learn how to, because I assume we're also selling Juice, new customers, Juice Plus. We're going to make sure you know how to create a cart and your various options for selling Juice Plus to people. And we're going to teach you how to make a regular cart, and then we're going to teach you how to make a Healthy Starts for Families cart. And there should be plenty of time for Q&A and any of the interesting questions that do come up. But that's okay. Well, I used to think there was no dumb question, but then I've been hanging around in some of these groups that Dee moderate. Between Tower Garden and this one, I mean, I have a new respect for her. But let me tell you guys about this group. I'm going to put this link into the chat. This is the group that if you are not in it, you need to be in it. Okay. And I'm not trying
But
to.
that's not the group. Are you talking about JP reps?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm trying to do, what is it called?
That's almost like Spotify does.
I know.
JP reps, let's exchange information.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And I will tell, I'm not trying to win brownie points with D or anything. I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I've been telling everybody. You need to be in this group. I just put it in the chat. When you're in the group, don't read all the questions that people are putting in. Just wait and don't read the responses. Just see what D says. And you know what? To be honest with you, the pinned post at the top of this thing right here has the three asterisks or the red asterisks. This is basically the only post you need in there because she's updating that post. It even has a link over to this, which is a project broadcast landing page, which I believe she's also updating at all times, which is, I guess you could just take that link and log off now if you want, because we're probably going to cover less than that's included in that link. But with that said, let's start off by talking about, and this is where it's great to have Dee on here because Dee, you might be able to clarify some of these things, but we're going to start off with juiceplus.com. Okay. Juiceplus.com is the main website we need to be able to go to and log in and get into this in order to manage our own orders. Okay. If you've not been to this website yet, now everything that I'm going to talk about is after September 1st. Just forget about before. I realize we all used to log in here and it should work. And oh my gosh, now you might think your password is not working. So you have to just say you forgot your password. That's not it. You are a returning customer. We've returned to our new site, so you'll need to activate your account to place orders and manage your subscriptions. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on activate account. I would encourage you guys to do this right now. Like, trust me, just follow along. Don't worry about who you're shopping with. We're just going to ignore this stuff in the upper left-hand corner. It's a little bug that's happening still, but who cares? They're going to get it right. We want to activate our account down here. I click on activate account and this pops up, and this is where you put in your email address. Now, I know some of you may have multiple emails in your life. On a personal note, I would suggest you consolidate down to one if possible, make your life better. But sometimes we might put the wrong email in. This is going to be the account that is associated with your Juice Plus business. Correct, Sharon? No, that's associated
Orders,
with your orders.
orders. And there might be multiple ones. I had multiple.
Right. Depends. You might be using different accounts for different things. So you're going to log in with whatever you are activating, whatever your orders are associated with. So once you put this in, you hit submit, and then you're going to get an email pretty quickly. It's not like the old system. This is Shopify, so it's very quick. The email is probably already there if you just did that. In that email, you're going to just click on the link that they provide, and that's going to open up a website that's going to prompt you to change your password. Okay. Make sure you take note of your password and hit enter. You have to put it in twice at the new website. This is not I'm not showing you the correct site right now because I'm not redoing my password right now. And once that's done, you can go back to juiceplus.com, which is this one you're looking at, and this is where you would enter your email and your password. Okay.
Hey, Doug, I'm just going to add one little thing here.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that activate account, and that is absolutely what we should be clicking on. However, there have been a few times where that's not worked. So if you click that activate account and you don't receive an email, go back maybe and just check that you definitely entered your email in correctly. And if that doesn't work, then try and click in on the reset password link, because I have heard reports from a number of people who hadn't previously clicked on activate that for some reason activate isn't working and the reset password does. I don't know why.
Yes, thanks for reminding me. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, it will save you from possibly spending a long time on the phone.
That's exactly what happened with Jennifer Martinson's partner today. And another thing, what we realized too, is sometimes because there's all these new websites and we have busy lives, sometimes you've already activated it, but you forget. And then you forgot your password. So now you got to change your password. So yeah, so your first step is to activate. If that doesn't work, go with the password. Of course, as with anything else, when the emails come to you, you have to double check your spam folder and all that, because this is going to look like a new website potentially because it's coming from Shopify. All right. So all that good stuff. Now, when we get to this page here, this is after you've logged in. It's surprisingly not exciting looking. I'm always shocked by that. But you have your customer ID number. This is kind of a new thing for us. But notice you have your addresses of where you're shipping. I have not even clicked on this. I don't know why I have 7 addresses. I don't even want to look at what that's about. But right here, you can view your subscriptions. Okay. You can look at your subscriptions. You can look at your debit, and you can look at your bank transfers. That's like if you put in your checking routing number and all that stuff. When I click on my subscriptions, I can see my 2 active Juice Plus orders here. All right, and it lets me know they're both active, when my next ship dates are, and all that good stuff. Remember, these are things you're going to have to do with your customers, but it's pretty intuitive once they get going. Now, the red, whenever you see something in a different color on a website, it's kind of a hint that it might be clickable, right? So this is my berry blend and omegas shipping on November. Well, this one's on October 14th, my quad or trio. Okay. Oh, it's a healthy starts. So let me click on this red number here, and it's going to show me a detail for this subscription. It's expected October 14th. It shows me my previous shipments. There's a button down here to cancel it. And there's also a button right here to manage it. That's an important button. A lot of your customers might need to use this. You might need to use it. When I click on the manage button, I have several options that pop up. I can skip my next shipment. That's like a delaying of the order. That's going to delay it 4 full months. And eventually they're going to give us another option here where we can select the date that we wanted to order. But for now, I know we want it to be different, but trust me, it's more important to the for all of us that the company is getting the orders right, the shipping, having everything go out quickly, payments, all that stuff. That's what they're working on. So you can skip your next shipment. You can rush it. If I rush it, what happens? I can say when it will come. I can also edit my shipping address or edit my payment information. And I've never clicked on need help. What happens? Oh, you can email them. That's nice. That's so nice. So that's pretty simple. That's how you manage your own orders. And also how you're going to talk your customers through it. So anything else to add there, Sharon or Dee?
Just a couple of things on the rushing a shipment. You can only rush a shipment when an order has paid, when the last installment has been paid. Which obviously makes sense because it's not going to let someone get a whole new shipment if they still have payment outstanding on the last one they received. With the skipping a shipment, that right now has to be done between 2 and 30 days before their shipment is going to ship. So I made this mistake. I was playing around with orders and shipping, rushing them and skipping them and rushing them and all of this. And I rushed it to a date and I forgot to push it back. And it was going to process on the 17th. And on the 16th, I went in to delay it, but I was too late. I needed to do that on the 15th to be able to push it back some more. So that, at least that's how it is right now. We're hoping to get some more flexibility with that coming, but just to be aware of that.
Okay. And so this is what you'll see. This one, if I rush it, it'll say I'm unable to because there's payments still. Now, I don't believe there's a way yet to pay it off, and that'll probably come later as well.
Correct.
Somebody had a good question in the chat, and that is, how do you change the product? So if I wanted to change these products, I'm going to just cancel my subscription and do a new one. That's how we do it.
Yeah.
All right. So there's no more like just adding, Illuminate onto the order or anything like that. All right. Of course, when you're checking out, though, it is kind of nice the way they add the option of Illuminate popping in there or something. That's kind of cool. We all do that, right? In the grocery store line, you're about to check out, and then there's an option to get a little something. It's like, ooh, that would be nice. And you just add it. All right. So the next thing we want to make sure you know how to do is to share Juice Plus with somebody and to learn how to, or maybe place your own order, right? This was managing our orders and things like that. The way we do that is we go up here to the shop. All right. When we enter the shop, let me just click on shop and see. Well, let's go to all products. I have a question, and
we can't see your screen if you're showing us.
You don't see my screen? Maybe it's just you? Anybody else? Are you guys seeing my screen? Yeah, Kathy's nodding.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So Dee, help us understand the like my personal website is dferrar.juiceplus.com, and then there's juiceplus.com. So tell me, what do I use them for? What's the best practice for placing orders and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so I put this on that information page that Doug shared at the beginning as well. So if afterwards you need to kind of read through it again to make sense of it, you can do it there. So your personal Juice Plus URL, so dferrar.juiceplus.com, that goes to what is called your Juice Plus landing page. So a landing page is simply a one-page website.
Mm.
So this is just a very basic page. There's not too much information on there. It's actually the same across the whole globe. Everyone has the same right now. So, and they're looking to kind of look into changing that later down the line. So, but for now, this is what I like to refer to as if someone's window shopping. When someone's on your landing page, they can see a little bit of what's in the store. But if they want to learn more, they want to make a purchase, they want to, go check out what one of these products are and really learn about it, they have to go into the store. And they're going to go into the store by clicking any of the links on that page. So at the top of the page, there's a products and a become a partner and the FAQ link. Down the page, there's various buttons in different sections as well. And each of those are going to take you over to juiceplus.com. So if you click on those, now here, because Doug clicked on that, even if Doug wasn't logged in, and we know Doug's logged in because his name is at the top right corner. So if you're on your website and your name is there, you are logged into your customer account. You don't need to be logged in there when you create a cart. So don't worry about that, because you'll see as the cart's created when you enter your email. That's what ties it back to you as a partner. When you get here the first time, in that address bar at the top, there it says !ComSys partner ID. You don't need to worry about what that says, but you'll see that there. But when they click again, that's going to disappear. So click somewhere else, Doug. That disappears. So let's just say from here, maybe you went to the Healthy Starts page. You do not want to go to the Healthy Starts page and copy that link and send it with somebody, because if you do that, it's not going to tie back to you. The only way you want to bring somebody to your website to purchase Juice Plus is either by sharing your landing page so that they can go window shopping and then come into the store, or by sharing a cart. Because if you copy that link at the top from any other page that you're on, it is not going to come back to you. They're going to go off into the lead pool, which they can obviously get moved back, but it's just a couple of extra steps that we don't need to take if we can get away with it.
Well, I'm going to take this. Sense? That does make sense. Now, I've been thinking about this more than most people. Sometimes, like when you're in class with a teacher, there's questions in your mind. Sometimes you just have to accept what they're saying. So you just have to accept that that's the case of what Dee is teaching you. But I have a question that I'm going to ask Dee, because I have the mute button, so I can do that right now. But so Dee, I'm trying to set up something for a doctor. And so there's no way to get a link to get them to the general Healthy Starts for Family and have it tied to that doctor, is there?
Not easily. It's going to confuse a lot of people.
Okay. Did I already ask you this on Voxer?
Yes.
Okay, let's not answer it then.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm sorry.
It's going to confuse a lot of people, and I think it would end people down a
it's a bad road. It's a bad road.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we're going to put it in order, so the bottom line is your Juice Plus website that everybody sees. Like if I just send them to d4r.juiceplus.com, this is just like a pretty page that's here that has my phone number, my email address, and if they want to shop, they click shop. Now look at this URL up here. This is what Dee was saying. When I click this link, it actually takes me away from D4R. Now, the only reason it says an ID right here is because I'm logged in, so it knows who I am. But I don't have to be logged in. In fact, I'm going to log out right now and create a cart and teach you guys the process of how to create a cart. You don't even have to be logged in, okay? So in order to do that, let's say we're going to, I talked to Kathy Crispin today. We had a great conversation. She wants to order the trio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in as if I'm shopping, I'm going to go to, let's just go to all products. Now I'm going to go to the trio blend right here. And just so you guys know, I'm not going to just say, oh, I'm excited you want to order the trio, Kathy. I'm not going to just send her to dferrar.juiceplus.com. I don't know about you guys, but I just feel like anything could happen when she gets here, including lots of confusion. And when buyers are confused, they don't buy. So she would start shopping. And the first thing she's like, oh, I think he was talking about capsules. And then she's going to say, oh, but these are cheaper. Let me go with these ones. Oh, this one's only $27. I'll just get that one to start out. Now, all of a sudden, all that work I did in my conversation is not going to be helpful anymore. So what I want to do is I wanted her to buy the trio because we talked about it and she agreed to the trio. Here's another thing that I don't like that I'm sure will be fixed eventually. And I'm glad we have one of our committee members on here so I can rant about it in front of Dee, but she already knows, I'm sure. And that is that when this comes, if Kathy were just clicking around on my website, all of a sudden now her price is $320 and there's 3 bottles on the screen. So she's paying like $106 per bottle, she's going to think. This is not what I want them to see. They're not going to pay in full. So I'm going to change this and it's going to look better once she gets my cart. So what I can do is change it to pay per month. Now it's $80 a month as it should be. She said she wants to pay by credit card. And I'm going to go ahead and add this to the cart. All right. Now, the next thing I do is I click on view cart. I want to see how this cart looks because I'm not going to check out. I'm not buying this. This is for Kathy. All right. So I view the cart, make sure everything looks good. It says $80 and it says delivery every 4 months, billing every 1 month, 4 monthly payments, total to $320. So it explains everything. You know, we get a lot of those confusions sometimes, right? So that's nice they explain it. But here, look, I could either check out right now. That would be me buying the cart. You're not going to go up here and copy the URL or anything. You're going to actually click on share this cart. All right. When I do that, it's going to ask me to enter the email. I enter my email that's associated with my Juice Plus business account. It's very important that you use the right email here because if you build a cart for your client, and you were to put in my email address, I'm going to get the sale, not you. Dee, does that mean that we could theoretically make a cart for somebody else and send it?
Absolutely. So
therefore, we could make carts for doctors and have them saved. Okay, good.
Yep, your doctor friend, you could make a trio cart for them. So it's down there where it says sharing a link for Douglas Farrar, the name of the partner is going to come up there. So obviously make sure that name matches. And then it's important to note that whatever you put in the cart here is what they're going to get. So in a minute, Doug can copy this link and open it in a new window. But if your customer wants to pay for it in full, well, you sent them a monthly installment cart here.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. So it's just to bear that in mind. So a question that you might want to just have with them. And they can change that. They can remove it and add whatever they want to add to it. They can add to this if they want. They could add a healthy starts to this. They can actually check out as a brand new partner and buy their product in one transaction.
Right. So I'm opening up a new, remember, I was not logged in when I did this. I'm pasting it in. And then now I've pasted in this link that Juice Plus created for me. Look how much longer this is now. Now it says I'm shopping with Doug Farrar. In fact, I can put this into the chat of the Zoom we're on right now. And you guys could click on that and see where it goes. and it should say you're buying it from Doug Farrar. Unless you're logged in, it might get a little weird for you. Okay, so, and feel free to go ahead and buy a trio from me. I like those. I might have a good month. I've been doing a lot of these trainings. So now let's make this a little bit more interesting. Let's go back, and I still have this one thing in my cart. Let's say I'm building that cart for Kathy, but Kathy wanted some other things. She also wanted to get some shakes. So I'm going to go ahead and add a variety shake, but she wants pocket packs. Look how I can do a pull down right here. I can do the 60 serving of sachets, and we're going to do a pay in full. But she wants double. So let's add 2 of them to the cart. All right, Kathy. And then let's do a healthy starts. Okay, this is the more challenging one. Now, all of these links we're creating, like that first trio link I created, that's for my account that I sent to you guys. That link will always be the same. So you could save that. If you're a boards user or you keep a list of like links anywhere, on boards, you could have a little a section in your boards that says like trio blend from Doug, and then you just put that link into anybody you share the trio blend with, and it'll always work. However, when you're ordering a healthy starts for families, that all those orders are tied to a particular child's name and birth date. So you have to create that. Can only work once. But Kathy decided that her granddaughter is going to get a healthy starts. And so what I do is I go to the shop, and you're going to click on the over here on the little cantaloupe girls here. Okay, I think we'll end up having an easier way to find this. And Dee, is there an easier way? I mean, I just tell people to hover over shop and then click on the cantaloupe girls, or learn more in cantaloupe. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I like that, the cantaloupe girls. But the reason it's kind of hidden, and it's hidden a little on purpose, is to stop people abusing the program. So
Okay.
they don't want people going in and just ordering essentially a buy one, get one for everybody, and when it's not actually for a child. So there was some pushback from some to even put it on the website, but because we can't place orders for our customers now, it kind of had to. So that's why it's a little bit hidden there. So you either want to go through and create the cart that Doug's going to walk through in a second, or the only other way you want to get someone to that healthy starts page is via your landing page. Because remember, if you send them straight to copy that link that's in the address bar right now with that healthy starts sign up on the end, that is not going to track back to you. So you want to send your landing page, tell them to click on products, then shop, then healthy starts or whatever the cantaloupe does. And then they can go through and do that.
All right, good. I see the chat going. Thanks, Sharon, for working the chat. If Sharon answers in the chat and you do not understand completely, make sure you ask a follow-up question. We will have Q&A coming up pretty shortly here. All right, so this was the under shop. I went to the Cantaloupe Girls, and the Healthy Starts order comes up. Okay, to get started, fill out the form and choose your products and shipment preference. All right, so little Jimmy John is born on January 1st, 2010. You know how we have terms of use? That's like you agree to buy Juice Plus every month and blah, blah, blah. And they're going to be on the study, and you're going to fill out a survey afterward. I don't know if you guys have ever read that stuff, but that's basically it. Notice when I click this over here, you see this little thing filling in. Now we have the form complete. Now, this is something, Dee, I will give you feedback for the committee. Choose your products. It's almost like maybe that should be down here, because I always find it confusing that I just filled in Jimmy John's name and now I'm not really sure what we're doing here. But this is the adults products down here. So we're going to go with a duo, and I'm going to add it to the bundle. Make sure you click add to bundle. Don't click on the picture of it. If you click on the picture, it's going to take you to look at and learn more about the product. Okay, so I'm going back. And now I have to put in Jimmy John's information again. Form is complete. Okay, I'm going to add it to the bundle, the duo. And you see it filled in over here. Now we have a fruit and veggie capsules, and the form is complete. As I scroll down, now I get to add the child's products. Now, because Jimmy John was born in 2010, he's 14 years old, and that means he is eligible for the Healthy Starts 13 plus, right? Now, this is something to notice. If I have my browser kind of narrow, it doesn't necessarily say the ages here. So if it's wide enough, I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? You want the larger portion for the older child, and that starts at 13 years old. So we're going to get him the gummies and the larger portion. It's free. You might as well get him for free, and a larger portion because he's eligible. So I add that to the bundle. And now it's all set over here. The payment method, I just fill that in. It's already there. Now I add this to the cart. So let's view the cart and see how things are going over here. We got a huge cart going. We'll go ahead and modify this thing. Let me make it a little smaller. Okay, I'm gonna make this more doable. It turns out I made a mistake, right? So now I'm gonna go ahead and remove something from this cart. This looks like this is the Healthy Starts. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this trio here. And see how you can do that. And also I did 2 shakes. I can just do the minus button and make it only 1 shake. It all just works, it's great. All right, so now she has her cart ready to go. And just like before, I can view the cart. And I can make sure everything looks good for my potential customer. She's getting $168 worth of shakes. She's getting a duo for $54 a month for 4 months. And the child's getting it for free, and they're gummies with 8 pouches. So I'm going to share this cart. And again, I'm going to put in my email. And now I can create a link for that cart. And now I really want you guys to try this link. Again, feel free to buy this off of me, although it'd be tough because you probably don't have a child named Jimmy John. But when you click on this cart, let me go ahead and show you what happens when I put it in here. The cart already has everything in it. Okay, it already has all the things that Kathy was going to order. It has the children's health study. Now all she has to do is click checkout. All right, and at that point, she is a brand new customer. So she is going to click on new customer, sign up, and create an account. And then she will be good to go. If she's already been a customer with me, she is a returning customer, and then she's going to activate her account. Dee, I remember seeing something about how we should not have them activate the account before their next order. Is there any something weird with that? Is there a certain order they should go in, or is it going to work out no matter what?
I've not seen that,
Okay.
but there's all kinds of stuff floating around out there. But so what I'm doing with my customers is I am not sending out a blanket email to everybody right now, because as you can see, there's still a few little things that are not working exactly as we would like. So I am only inviting my customers in that need to make changes. So if they have a shipment that's going to go next week and they're all set and nothing's changed, I'm not even inviting them in. So because they don't need to worry about this just yet. They can worry about that next time.
Okay. I agree completely. The company has not even, I know some people are frustrated. The company has not notified customers and all this stuff. Listen, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of customers worldwide, more 100, probably approaching 1 million. I don't know how many customers there are in the world, but could you imagine if everybody got the same email saying everything's changed and you have to go activate your account? It'd be a disaster. So let's just take it one at a time. You should be checking. Sharon, are you still there? Go ahead and tell them about checking what report and how to do it.
Unshare your screen for a second.
Roger.
So right now the back office is not really how we would want it for checking what the upcoming shipments are. You can see downline subscriptions, and it's not necessarily shipments, it's sometimes payments. So good old reliable preferred customer genealogy report is really the way to go right now. And I am a wellness coordinator for other people and everything, and I have my orders, Doug's orders. I am making lists, and I am just checking with people and saying, hey, let's set up your portal. And like Dee said, it's no rush to set up their portal. If they're fine, hey, ship it, and especially if they're very consistent, they don't really need their portal. Although the portal is going to eventually, be telling them that their order's shipping. So this is a way where you can really have hands off eventually once you've trained your customer. But yeah, I'm just going through September, making sure, that's always been my thing. Don't let orders ship without people's permission or heads up, and make sure that they want it. And then move on into October. October is coming quickly. And so just make sure that people know that their orders are shipping. That would be the big thing. And just do what you had to do. Activate. It's really easy. Get into see subscriptions. You also have to check back with them because they'll say thank you, but then they won't do it. So I just check back. Hey, did you get to see subscriptions? Did you look at manage? Just so I want to make sure you know how to do your portal. It's worth the time.
Okay, so quick answer from the Samsung person that had a question. If you clicked on my cart, you guys confirm. I put it in the chat. If you clicked on the cart I made for Kathy with the family Healthy Starts for Families, I believe it should say you're shopping with Douglas Farrar in the upper left. Did that happen for other people? Sometimes I don't know if it's a cookie remembering it's me because I'm not logged in, but it says shopping with Doug Farrar. Did I put that link in there?
Yeah.
So Sharon, when you click that link, does it say shopping with Douglas Farrar?
Hold on.
Yes, it does. I got a yes from Andrea. Thank you.
Sorry. Mine is not.
All right. So Samsung phone person, your customer will know they're shopping with you because it'll say it there. And if you go to your personal website, like mine's dfarrar.juiceplus.com, it's ginormous right there. So they'll know. But again, I'm not sending people here. I haven't really figured out what I'm going to do yet because I used to like to send them to the education pages. So you guys start putting more questions in the chat. We're going to get to them right now. But let's see, learn more. This is where you learn about Juice Plus. So I like the benefits section. I used to. I think I do again. Yeah.
So Doug, I do, someone, Christine asked, and this comment has come up a lot. It come up right at the very beginning about with the upline's name at the top. So I just want to explain that. And this is also on that landing page that I created. So if you, anyone asks and you're not sure how to explain it, you can share that with them. So the reason that it does that, if any of you have logged into the back office and looked at the visual tree, which shows like, what did they used to call that? The organizational chart, they used to call it in the old virtual office. So it shows your sponsors and your team members and so on. Well, in this new system, your customers are in that tree as well. So when you're logged into juiceplus.com with your customer account, the person above you in the tree is your sponsor. So that's why your sponsor's name appears with your shopping with. However, remember, if you create a cart like Doug just did, you can log out, try that link yourself, and when you click it, your name will appear there. Your sponsor's name only appears because you are logged in with a customer account that is also associated with a partner. So it's kind of working by design. I admit it's a little confusing because we're like, well, I'm not shopping with them, I'm shopping with me. But because of that tree format, that's why it looks like that. But you don't have to worry about it. You can log out, test your link, and see if it shows your name.
All right, excellent. And I'm just reading. Sharon, you keep reading. That's like an old question. You
Okay.
can give that answer, Sharon.
Yeah, Debbie did Jesse, can a family health study receive capsules for a child under 14? I think there is a problem right now. We tried to put in one for somebody who was 12, I think, and it didn't come up. Dee, is that being worked on?
They're aware of that. It was there at some point. It's disappeared. They're not sure why. Obviously, right now, there's some kind of high priority things that they're trying to resolve. So it's, and high priority, if we think back to the beginning of the month, high priority was orders being placed on a shared cart and going somewhere else, not going where they are. That's been resolved. Orders are now going exactly where they are. But that's what I mean about with the high priority things, is that kind of stuff versus making capsules available for someone under 13. Obviously it's important to the person trying to place the order, but when you look at the big picture, it's not necessarily quite up there, but they're definitely getting to it. And obviously they need to work through their top 5 issues. And if they're global issues, they're a bigger priority as well. So that's how they're kind of
I
working
think
through
we
that.
just have to do some workarounds sometimes. And so, I put in a different year. Okay, so you have to do what you gotta do right now. You can correct it with customer service if you want to. But at that point, I just wanted to get the capsules. So, change the year, 1 year difference or something. And it worked for me.
Okay, this is the link. This is the group I just put in. Keep putting your questions into the chat, but I just put a link to this Facebook group and said you all should be in here. This is the best, most accurate information. This is what I've been going to. Okay. And you don't even have to worry about all these posts. People are going to ask all kinds of questions that apply just to themselves. But you see this featured post here or the pinned post on mobile, it gets kind of hidden. You got to look for it. But it's a pinned post by Dee Lucas. It says it has the 3 exclamation points in red. Important. This is going to be updated. She's keeping this updated, and it has the basic stuff. Okay, and it lets you know things like this. You want to avoid calling if you can, because your hold times are 1 to 2 hours. So read this group, but also she gives you a link right here to this special thing that she created. I'll show you in a second. Don't forget, they're receiving thousands of emails. You're not going to get answered back right away. Okay. So just stay up to date. Also, before I show them this information you created, I'm finding a common question, because you get pretty alarmed by it, is that orders are processing. They might even get charged, but it might be 10 days later and they haven't received it yet. I think they were getting caught up this week though, right, Dee?
Yeah, the latest I heard, we had a meeting actually on Friday, and Bill Baker was on there, and they were expecting shipping to be caught up by today. Earlier on today, I heard there was still some issues. So basically, a whole bunch of orders kind of got stuck, and they didn't move through the flow like they should. So of course they're trying to figure out why they got stuck so that it doesn't happen again. And then they're having to manually push them through as well, and that's been taking a little bit longer. Something else that caused a bit of confusion over the weekend was they turned on the shipment notification emails, and The unfortunate part with that, the good thing is obviously then customers got tracking numbers for orders. The unfortunate part about it is some of those customers that may have received extra shipments at the beginning of the month now receive this email again and are freaking out because they think another shipment's on the way. But generally, that isn't the case. It's just the kind of emails from those past shipments. So the easy thing to do is have your customer click on the tracking number in the email. And most of the time, it's going to say, oh, they're going to look at it and be, oh, this order was delivered on the 8th. I don't have another box on the way. So that's just a heads up with that. But it is nice that we're now getting those ship notification emails.
Yeah, and just reassure your customers, no matter what happens, it's all going to get worked out. Nobody's going to leave you hanging. You're not going to get ripped off or something. So in this pinned post that Dee created, there's another link in there, which is a landing page that is very helpful, that kind of teaches you, it gives you, this is great to read through. It teaches you what is your landing page. Everything we've taught you tonight probably has more. New partners sign up via your landing page. We didn't even go over that. It's right there in there too on your landing page. And it teaches you all this stuff, like everything I just did on creating a cart. It's in there. Very simple. It tells you what to do with your customers, have them activate their account, just like we went through. We didn't go over the back office. I don't even know if we need to or want to right now, but let's address some more questions in the chat first. Sharon, do we have some? You're
I
muted.
think we did. We did already.
Oh, we're good?
So do you guys have some more questions?
We did it. We did an amazing job. It was as clear as day. Look at this.
Clear as day.
Dee, I have a question. If I need to put in an order for mine for shakes, but I have an ARO number, so I'm not sure what to do. Can we do it over the phone now?
So AROs are gone. So AROs in the system, they're irrelevant now. So you're going to have a subscription ID is going to be on all of your recurring orders. They're all going to have a subscription ID. With one-time orders, those are not going to have a subscription ID. They will appear under the order history. It gets a little confusing there, and I'm going to try to work with them to try to clear that up a little to make it a little more clear. Because a lot of customers, you can look at your order history and see all of those things under order history and be like, what are all these orders? But that's actually every individual payment for every subscription you have. So if you have a lot of orders, a lot of Juice Plus orders, like I think I had 5 or 6 processed this month already, I have 5 or 6 inserts under order history because they're all for the individual subscriptions, plus one-time orders in there as well. But you should be able to just go to your juiceplus.com.
Because I'm on my account right now, and then I did view subscriptions and I see order history, because something like the shakes I order as needed. I don't do it's not a continuous thing. I do it as needed.
So you're just going to go to juiceplus.com, select the one-time shipment, and place an order that way.
Where is the one-time shipment thing?
When you're viewing the complete is in one of those drop downs. There's one there for the servings, whether it's pouches, sachets, or the mixture. And then there's one-time shipment or subscription there.
Let's see.
So when we go to
so I just go to one-time shipment, click on that. Okay. And then add it to cart, right?
Oh yeah, pay per shipment. The radio button's at the top. So one-time shipment or subscribe.
I got that. Okay, so I put that in the cart, then check out.
And then you can just check out, and you'll place that one-time order. So your customer, if you have any customers, existing customers who want to go place another order, because customers can only be assigned to one partner, when they log in with that same email address, it's going to automatically come to you if that's where the rest of their orders are.
So Dee, I noticed that you sent her to just regular juiceplus.com. Is that because with her email address, it's gonna assign her to herself anyway?
Yep. Yep.
Because you have
Okay.
to log in. In order to check out, you're going to have to log in. And once you log in, it knows who you are.
Right. So I did. I logged in everything because I had already activated my account that other time that Dee did something with us regarding this. So now I put it in my cart and it's a discount code or gift card, but I don't have that. Total gives me that. Where's my checkout now? I don't see the checkout.
Once
Where's
you're in your
So
cart,
with this though, if it's a one-time order, you have to pay in full, correct?
I always pay for this one in full anyway, but I don't know where now after
Are you on a mobile or desktop?
excuse me,
Are you on a mobile or desktop?
desktop.
So at the top right, there should be the cart, and then you can click on checkout.
Where is not.
so when we're on the desktop, up in the top right here, I can see my cart.
Yeah, mine is not scrolling up. What the heck is going on here?
You
Let
might
me-
need to refresh that page, but it will stay in your cart because of the cookies.
Okay. Cart. So it's in my cart. Okay. And then I go to, do I go, so then after I add it, wait a minute, after I add it to cart, I go to the cart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
either click on view cart or just check out if
Okay,
that's
then,
go right
then
to check.
then I'm hitting checkout. Okay, got that. Yeah, and now I don't see where it says for
and
me to,
it'll forward. Are you logged in already?
yes.
If you want, Julianne, we can go over this after.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Okay,
just know
You
I did
didn't
it for
get
the
to
other
this
thing
page?
last time and it worked, so.
Interesting.
Okay, and
I have-
Cheryl, I have like chocolate shakes I had ordered the complete before, like it was in what, July or maybe August. And I had done monthly payments. But now it comes up and says under my subscriptions, it says order date September 7th. Am I going to get another order of that?
Well, that already passed. So
Which part of the site are you looking at? Are you looking at where it says subscriptions, or did you actually click on a hyperlink of a certain
No,
one?
it's under subscriptions.
So go to the hyperlink for that particular subscription. And it'll tell you when your next ship date is.
Well, and that says scheduled December 21st, delivered
Oh.
September 7th.
There you go.
But I did not order it September 7th. I've had nothing delivered. My product
Oh.
shipped the 10th of September. I'm still yet to see it.
What day of September?
10th.
10th.
Yeah, the 10th orders around the 10th. There was a sticky time. That's the only way I can explain it. Orders around then kind of got stuck for some reason. I've had orders before then shipped fine, and people have had orders after then shipped fine, and for some reason, some in the middle there got stuck, and they're being manually moved through that process.
That's
So-
what happened to me. Something took 2 weeks that
Right.
Yes.
And I was waiting until tomorrow, but I have had customers that shipped before me that have received it. I've had customers that shipped after me that have received it.
Well,
But
they,
it
is-
at one point they
normal.
figured out that they were shipping things wrong. So they stopped and they started to do manual audits. So they're by hand looking to make sure they don't make any mistakes.
I
They're
also have multiple people with no information, and when I go in, I can't tell that they're shipping. They have anything, like even mine. I have one quad, but I don't have my husband's quad.
It could be under a different email address.
Same email. I don't have any other email address.
Oh, okay. So you don't have
So
one.
you could, one thing you could check is look in, if you log into the back office and under my customers, all of your customers will be there with their contact information. So it's worth looking in there to see if there's an email address on there, and maybe there's a typo. There could be an extra or missing character. One of the other ladies on the digital committee as well, she had the same thing. Her customer logged in, no orders in there. She's like, she's received orders for forever. And she looked at her customer profile there, and there was no email address listed. So that's why, because it wasn't connecting the dots, with what she had and the account that she was logged into.
Okay, I could not find anything in the back office, but for us, I can't find any orders. I assume it's under the sponsor because we don't appear that we are that it's our order.
You should maybe email support and just wait for a response. One of my customers, the phone number didn't carry over. So there might be some kind of thing missing that, just needs to be taken care of.
And oh, go ahead, sorry.
And I also have a different order that has no name with it. It says it was shipped, but it doesn't have a name or any information for me to know who that was.
So what I would recommend is all of those issues that you have right there, because they're not really things that we're going to be able to resolve because they're kind of data issues. Put all of those into an email with as much information as you can. Mm-hmm. So like you have an order that has no name on it. If you can see a subscription ID next to it or a phone number.
There wasn't a subscription ID.
Okay, so if you have anything there, because you have to think when the company receive these, they need to look at that email and try to replicate it, or they'll log in as you to try to see what they're looking at. So they need to know where they're going and have as much information as possible. So if there's no unique identifier of any kind, they're not going to be able to find it and be able to answer your question. So as much information as you can give, even if there's nothing there and is some kind of, there's got to be some kind of number somewhere. But if not, explain, you logged into your back office, down in the product sales square, this, or wherever it is you're seeing that information, kind of walk them through to it, because they can log into the office mimicking you and see what you're looking at.
Okay, and a lot of orders will say no data available in my back office. And sometimes it's the order and sometimes it's the auto ship, because they're the two. And sometimes both of them say NDA, no data available.
I have not seen or heard of any of those issues. So
yeah, I mean,
the back office,
the back office is a whole nother story. We haven't really gone over that too much tonight. And yeah, we haven't really been relying on the back office right now. We're kind of using the preferred customer genealogy to make sure, and having people go into their portals and looking at their subscriptions.
I've had people that are due to ship in December that have already shipped.
Right. So let me just give you a little bit of info, because a lot of people, it is frustrating. I get it. We're all really frustrated with some of these things that are happening, but I'm not sure people know the magnitude of the migration. So obviously Juice Plus is in 25 or 6 different countries. We've had the systems that this has been running on are 30-something years old. They were having a major outage every single week. And if any of you who ordered Illuminate during the launch? Who had a bit of a nightmare ordering Illuminate during the launch because the website crashed, you never got your you never got an order confirmation, and all of these things were constantly going wrong, right? So it was a case of like, they have to get this stuff over. With our previous system, there was no real structure on the data. There was no, when people were putting in phone numbers, there was no, you could put dashes in, you could put brackets around the area code, you could not, you could put spaces, you could put the whole thing in, you could put +1, like there was no consistency with the data. Same thing with email addresses. And addresses. So when this data migrates over, when there's something comes over and it doesn't match the format it should be, and it doesn't know what to do with it. So that's where there's been these issues with orders kind of missing, holding, and all the rest of it. So there were in our old system 42,000 SKUs, which they have condensed to 3,400. So that was just to show you the magnitude of the data they come over and what they had to work with to clean it, to try to get people to understand how huge this task was to get 30 years of subscription. And they're not getting 30 years subscriptions. It's obviously some subscriptions could be that old, but they're taking all the active ones plus a previous year, which was over 400,000 subscriptions worldwide. So because it's subscriptions and it's not just one-time orders, they could only migrate that on go day. Because if they migrated it before and then someone made a change, well, now you've got old data because you made a change and it's already been migrated. So it was a massive, massive task. So if you have any issues like that, I would make a note of it with as much detail in there as you can. If you can see the subscription ID, put that in. If you can see a payment ID, put that in. If you can tally it up to an old order on a genealogy, like if you've, say, got an order that's missing, that's disappeared, you could compare it to an old order so that you can say, hey, this one is missing. They should all be coming in over this week. If in a couple of days you're still not seeing things look as it should, I would definitely then reach out or send an email to support@juiceplus.com, because those are things that we can't fix. Like if Sharon or Doug may be able to help you find that information in the back office, they might not. It might not be there. But it's one of the things, like Travis says, we may not get it right, but we won't leave it wrong. So we just need patience and grace, and think of all of those people in IT, because you don't want to lose a customer. I can guarantee Travis does not want you to lose that customer either.
Right. Yeah, I would say that in closing, the company's doing the prioritization is for the well-being of the company, which all comes down to money and sales, right? So they're doing the best they can, and this overall, it's not as much as a nightmare as it might sound like when we listen to some of the individual situations. But even hearing somebody say they were on the phone 2.5 hours the other day and 3 hours today and all that, trust me, we haven't been on the phone much at all. And Sharon manages my orders, her orders, and at least 2 doctors. We're talking about hundreds and hundreds of orders, and we haven't been on the phone once. And the reason is because we're in that Facebook group and we're just learning as we go. Spend a little time instead of doing 3 hours. I mean, even Sharon's not worried about that much, I don't think. I'm trying to keep on top of it for these things. But try to stay connected and trust the process. The team is great that's working on this. And always remember that everything we're moving toward, I know it feels painful, but it is the standard of the way the world works now. And everything that we're going to ask our customers to do, whether you're going to Chewy to order pet food or you're going to this website, it's all the same stuff. It's all mostly running on Shopify anyway. So your customers are going to be okay. We're not going to leave anything wrong. We're going to get it right. Don't expect answers back on those emails right away, by the way. But it is extremely helpful for the team if you're sending in, because who knows, maybe you have a unique problem and they're going to figure something out from it. So please take the time to do that. Hopefully this was helpful. We'll probably do another one probably next week, just as an update. Hopefully we won't need to, though.
And
Send that email.
I was just gonna say one last thing that is working pretty much flawlessly is entering new orders and entering new partners
Yes.
So go out there and get that stuff.
So keep working.
Yeah.
Don't let it slow you
Yeah.
down.
And
I
remember,
just wanted to let,
there is no emergency in fruits and vegetables. Just remember that. Too.
I got my problem figured out. I hadn't checked off that box. There's a little box you have to check off. And that's why it wasn't allowing me to go to the payment and all that stuff. There's a
There you
tiny,
go.
tiny little box, so.
Fantastic.
All right. Thanks,
Everything's
guys.
figure-outable.
Good night.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dee.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Dee.